And we are live. Hello everyone. This hour on Verbling, the next in my speaking skills series, today's speaking skills class is all about how to correct a misunderstanding. In this lesson, you will learn how to fix a problem between you and another person. You'll look at 4 situations where communication breaks down and learn important phrases for how to clear these things up quickly. By the end of this class, you will be fluent in recognizing and solving communication problems, and you'll master those skills in a fast-paced and interesting role play. So that's the plan. Let's get started. Oh, wait, I have to do an introduction. First, a little bit about me. I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, coming at you today from Lisbon, Portugal, to bring you this class. By the way, if you click on the chat window, you'll go to my profile page where you can follow me to see all my upcoming classes, that is to say the group classes, but you can also schedule a private tutoring session with me where I will work on a personalized learning plan to help you get to your goals quickly. So send me a message and we'll get started with that. In the meantime, let me say hello to everyone, and also take a look at this. As I'm doing that, you take a look at this, and if you want, you can open this link in the chat window to see this up close. Okay, let's see who's out there. First of all, let's see, who did I see first? I don't know. I'm going to call you in order that I see you. Just say hello so I know your microphone is working. Mr. Semen, how are you today?
Hello, John. I'm fine.
Fantastic. Excellent. Mr. Sasha, how are you today?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Excellent. Very good. Mr. Santiago, what's happening?
Hello, John. How are you? I'm doing well.
Fantastic. Okay. Mr. Mikkel, how is life?
Hello, Mr. Jonarik. I'm doing well. Hello, the rest of the classmates. I'm quite stressed.
Stressed?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yes, today, yes, because we are preparing the holidays. Next week, we are going to this trip to Iceland. And, you know, the last day are all the worst days. Always.
Here's the tip. When you go to Iceland, bring a sweater. That's my tip for you. Because I went there once, and in June, and I didn't bring a sweater. And when I got off the plane, it was snowing, and I was really cold, just so you know.
Now I saw in the weather forecast for the next days, and it's quite cold. Yes.
Actually, the thing is that the weather changes like all the time. You
Yes.
can't predict it there. So anyway, yes, bring a sweater. That's my suggestion.
Okay. Thanks.
Right. And what about you, Lena? How are you?
I am fine, thank you, John. Hello.
Hello. And Raphael? How are you, Raphael?
I'm pretty fine. Thanks for asking.
Okay, good. Ooh. Lately your connection is not so good though, Raphael. Maybe you need to change microphones or something.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's really distorted. It sounds like you're being electrocuted.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's really, 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 really bad. So,
It's better.
no, there's some major noise. There's obviously a problem with the connection with the microphone. I think it's a microphone. But later on, listen to the recording and you'll see what I mean. It sounds really, really bad. Okay. But anyway, you can just turn your microphone on when you're ready to speak and we'll live with it. Don't worry. I wanted to ask you about something. Where do I want to start here? Where do I want to start? I want to start with what these misunderstandings could possibly be. Do I want to start with my images? Do I want to start with my text? I'm not so sure. I think what I'm going to do is, let's see. I'm just thinking about my lesson plan for a minute. Everyone bear with me, because I'm wondering if I should start with the communication problems first, and then we'll look at examples. Or we should start with the examples first, and then we'll look at the problems. I'm not really sure. Let's start with the problems first. So I'm gonna jump this ahead a little bit. I don't know exactly what page it is. Give me a second here. Ah, look, I went to the right page. Let's start with some problems first. We've got 3 kinds of communication problems that you're going to see in just a moment. Okay? What I want you to do, let's read it and just match up an example below. So you see 1, 2, 3 communication problems and ABC examples. These might not be the best examples, so you can, if you like, give one of your own if you see where they're heading with this, what they're trying to say. So, Mr. Semin, would you mind reading the first communication problem, number 1? Can you see where we are?
Yes. Much. It means first from contate.
Yeah. Read the first one. Cognate. Cognate.
Cognate.
That's it.
Cognate. There is similar words in my languages, and it has a similar meaning.
Okay, excellent. And which of those below do you think is a good match with cognate? A, B, or C? Uh-oh. Are you there, Simon?
I think.
Ah, okay, you're thinking.
Yeah.
So remember the definition. There is a similar word in my language, and it has a similar meaning. Actually,
I think it's B.
it's B, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, it's B.
And how do you say passport in Russian?
Passport.
Exactly. A cognate is a word that means probably the same thing, and it looks the same, and it has the same origin, or it could be a borrowed word as well.
In Russian, football будет футболом. Will football too.
There you go. Hey, I'll give you a cookie if any of you Russian speakers can tell me what word in the English language. Well, actually, wait. This one is more of a false friend. I'll hold off. I know a Russian word that we use in English all the time. But anyway, hold on a second, because it's more of a false false friend. So we'll read that definition first. Let's say hello to V first. Hello, V. How are you?
Yeah, hello. I'm good.
Excellent. Would you
I
read?
just received your message, but I don't understand the later phrase. Syllabi, I understand that, but for the second, I don't know. I don't know French.
You don't know French?
Yes,
Oh
of
my
course
God.
I don't.
I said, c'est la vie, mon chéri. I said, such is life, my dear, is what I said. Such is life. In other words, don't worry about it.
Yeah. So next time we'll apply that for you.
But today we're going to work on English, not French. Today we're going to work on English. So V,
Yes.
I want you to take a look at false friend. Could you read it and see if you can find the false friend? Okay.
Yes.
Go for it.
False friend. There is a word in my language which looks similar but has a different meaning. So
Okay.
that would be C. The Spanish word carpeta just means carpet. It means file.
Oh. Any Spanish speakers? Can you confirm that? Carpeta? Is that true?
No, I don't think so.
Is this like maybe, what does carpeta mean? Is that a word?
Yes, it's this thing that we use to put together some papers and to.
Oh, okay, file. Yeah. So it's okay.
Yeah.
It's a,
Like dossier.
but file is not.
File can mean dossier too.
Okay.
File can be an action. File could mean a physical container. So it works. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
I don't recognize that word though, carpeta.
I was thinking file as a digital file.
Yeah, man, but that's like that has more to do with the format of the thing, I guess.
Carpeta in English is folder.
Okay, but it could be. But folder and file are almost the same thing. They can be the same.
Okay.
So it's not wrong, I guess. I just didn't recognize the word carpeta because in Portuguese we would say dossier.
Okay.
I thought it was the same in Spanish. Okay. By the way, let's say hello to Adela. Hello, Adela. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Very good. Let's see, Adela. When was the last time I saw you? In 2014? I haven't seen you in a long time.
Yes. Because on the morning I work, in this moment is more relaxing for me.
Well, I told Verbling 6 or 7 weeks ago to move my class down to the evenings and lunchtime, but they haven't done it. So maybe I'll see you again if they move my time. Maybe. So, Adela, since you're here, do you think you could read about the third type of misunderstanding, number 3 in exercise A?
The word is completely can you think?
No, that's right. The word is completely.
The word is completely different in my language.
Right. So we've got cognates, which look the same and mean more or less the same. False friends, we also call those false cognates. So the same thing, which means they look the same, but they have different meanings. And then the one you're doing, the word is completely different in my language, such as A, B, or C. Which is the best match for number 3, Adela?
The word is completely different in my language. The Spanish word carpeta doesn't mean carpet.
But there's a better one. There's an even better one for number 3. Because carpeta and carpet could be number 2, false friend.
Okay. Okay. Sorry for I lost. Okay.
But I'll give you a hint. How do you say football in Spanish?
Yes, football in Spanish or football and soccer in English, American English, no? Or...
Yeah, exactly. And in Italian, calcio. So football can be a word that is completely different, right? In Italian, calcio. So you would, in other words, what they're trying to tell you is, these are 3 ways you can predict a misunderstanding. The third is, you expect the word to be the same, but it's not. Like you're saying, you say football and you're talking to an American, and for us, Americans, football is a game you play with your hand, not your foot. It should be called handball. But the ball is shaped like a foot, so we call it football. I don't know. No one knows where it comes from. But you're right. You're absolutely right. Okay. Now that you got the idea behind 3 kinds of misunderstandings, there's actually a 4th coming up. I want you to look at some words and tell me whether they are cognates, false friends, or just completely different. In other words, words you would expect to be the same but different. It says you can write 1, 2, or 3, but don't worry about that. Just tell me. Tell me the answer. Check in a monolingual dictionary. Well, I'm your monolingual dictionary, so you can just ask me. So, Jose, the first one, what do you think, actually? Is that a cognate false friend or completely different?
Actually, I think for me is...
Does it mean the same in Spanish?
Yes, the meaning is the same, really.
Really, really the same?
Yes.
Let's
No, bueno,
ask. Let's ask the other Spanish speakers.
In Spanish, the meaning actually
Well, make a sentence.
is
Let's see.
yes, is really.
Okay. So let's make a sentence and find out.
Yes.
If I say, give me a sentence.
I'm actually exhausted about this situation.
Is that actualmente? Is that the
Yes.
same?
No. In
No.
Spanish, the meaning is really, and in English is actualmente.
Yeah. Okay. So in other words, but okay, so Jose, is it a
Yes.
cognate, false friend, or just completely different?
I
How
think
would you?
the word is there is a word in my language, false friend.
It's a false friend.
Yes.
In Spanish, it is a false
Looks
friend.
similar, but has a different meaning.
I agree completely.
Yes.
So this is a really good example because, you know, it's a mistake that everyone makes between a Latin language and a Germanic language like English, with that word specifically. So actually, as you said, it's like really, but actualmente
Yes.
is more like something that is up to date or updated or contemporary or modern or
Okay.
recent. So
Okay.
there you go. It's a false friend. Lena. Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, the same is with the word discuss. In Spanish, in English is talk, and in Spanish is argue.
Argue, exactly.
Yes.
Right. If you say discuss, I'm going to discuss it with you in English, that's a good thing.
Yeah. In Spanish is a bad thing.
Okay, there you go. Okay, very good, very good. And Lena, what about, let's just go around the room and pick one of these and tell me what it is in your language. What's the next one in your language? Is that a cognate, false friend, or completely different?
Sorry, I don't know what word I should...
Take a look at exercise 2.
Camera. No, camera. The word camera or...
Okay, let's go with camera. Sure, why not?
Okay. Camera, there are a lot of meanings of this word.
Oh no, in English there's only one. So
one? In my country, camera as a photo camera, as a camera for movie,
okay,
and a camera for prisoner.
Ah, a camera.
As a room for prisoner, yes.
Got it, got it.
Camera.
Okay, great. So would you call that a cognate, a false friend, or just different? What's the category?
If I mean camera as a photo camera, I think this word is cognate.
Right.
Yes.
Except you have to say what in your language? You have to say photo camera, or can you just say camera?
I can say camera.
Okay, okay. So the context will help everyone understand what you mean.
But it's more for video camera, for movie.
Got it.
Yes. Is a photo camera in my country fotoapparat.
Fotoapparat?
Yeah.
Fotoapparat. Okay. Which is funny because if you say operator in English, it's a...
Tell me, please, are you multilingual? You know a lot of language.
I just have really good ears. I can imitate. I can sound like I know languages, but I can barely speak English, actually. So if you say camera with the meaning of a prisoner, that word is a kind of, it's not a cognate, but it has the same origin, because in English we would say chamber. So we have, so we have the word, but it sounds different. So you can actually make a connection. Now we don't use chamber as, even though we have the word, we don't use it in a prison. You can use it. You can say a prison chamber. But a chamber is more of a general word for that kind of a big room or big space. For example, chamber music is music that was not played where the orchestra was played. It was played in a place where people could relax, listen to it, like in the, outside of the normal place, chamber music, in a place like, almost like a living room. Not now. This was in the, 200-300 years ago. But we have the word. So it's really interesting how these words have the same origin, but over time they change direction and they change meaning as they migrate from one country to another, one language to another. It's very interesting. Mikkel, what about apple? Now here's a word, but does Basque have any cognates? Or is everything totally different?
Depending of if you are speaking about this international computer branch, it's the same in the whole world.
I'm not talking about the international computer branch. I'm talking about the thing that you take a bite out of.
If you are speaking about the fruit, it's totally different. So in my language, it's the third case. The word is completely different in my language. It's sagarra.
Sahara.
Sagarra.
Like the Sahara Desert.
No. I put it in the chat. Sagarra.
Sahara.
Sagarra. I think that this double R, sorry, R for English speakers is quite difficult.
Yeah. But is the G a H or a G or a H?
Ga.
Da.
Sagarra.
Sagarra. Yes. Oh, like cigar. Like cigar. I'm going to smoke a cigarra. It's funny because in Portuguese, cigarette is cigar, right? Cigarro. Yeah. So when I first came here and people said, do you want a cigar? They were saying, do you want a cigarette? Well, no one would say, do you want one? You'd ask for one from them. No one's going to give them away. But I thought everyone was like in Cuba smoking big cigars.
Yeah.
Everyone's asking me, "Tens cigarro?" do you have a cigar? Anyway, they meant cigarette. Oh, that's very interesting. Apple is a funny word because it's different in every language. How do you say? Let me see. What is? Oh, now I'm forgetting. So in Portuguese it's maçã, and in Spanish what's apple? What's regular Spanish for apple?
Manzana.
Manzana.
It's more like the same in Portuguese. No?
It's the same. And does anyone remember in Italian what it is? Because you have what? You have pomodoro, which is tomato, but that's because it's a golden apple, right? They say golden apple, so it must be pomme, right? Like in French as well.
Yeah.
Pomme frite. So it's okay. So that's tomato, not apple, but they say golden apple, pomodoro. Okay, for the rest of you, I want you pick any word you see. Doesn't matter in any order. Or if you see one off the list, like Jose was talking about discuss, I'm just curious. If you see one off the list that's interesting, let us know. Then I've got a little exercise for you to try. See if you can figure out what the misunderstanding is. Okay? So Sasha, which of these words on the list, or which words not on the list, can you recognize as a cognate false friend or completely different against our expectations? What would you say, Sasha?
Cognate, it's
yeah,
the word from like actually Apple camera, etc.
Yeah, you can choose a word that you see, or if you can think of another example that's not in the list, talk about that. But give us one example that you know.
Police, but it sounds very similar, but it's the police. It became a couple of years ago. Before it was militia.
Militia. Ooh.
And now it's policia.
Policia.
Sounds like very familiar to police.
So militia is like from the word mediate. Like people who mediate. Is that it?
Mediate? Well, I don't know what
Yeah,
does it mean.
by mediate I mean control.
Actually, I don't know where it come from, actually, but it was very long. I don't know why government changed it to police. I have no idea.
To sound like everybody else, I guess.
Maybe, yeah.
The problem is that if you write it in Cyrillic, then no one will understand the word. Because do they write it in English letters or do they write it in Cyrillic on the uniforms?
In Russia, they write it in Russia.
In Russian. Okay. So the problem is, because I thought maybe they want to make the police more recognizable for international tourists
Yeah,
or
maybe
something.
it's for the people who came from different countries would be easier.
So that's an example of a cognate. Basically, it's not even a cognate, it's a borrowed word. You just appropriated it. Okay, that's a good example. Hey, Sasha, what word do we use in English that we stole from Russia? We use it all the time, but it's a false friend. It doesn't mean the same thing, but we use it all the time. No, okay, no. In Russian, you use it all the time, but in English, we use it sometimes. Do you know what word it is?
I don't know about false friend. I don't know.
In Russian, it's, for example, я работаю, and in English, we have a word which sounds very similar, работать, in English. Do you know what the word is?
No.
Anyone? Who else speaks Russian? Any other Russians out there? Semen?
Yes. What's the word again?
So you've got the verb in Russian, работать.
Работать.
I don't know how to. My Russian is very bad these days.
Maybe the word for machine, robot.
Yes.
Robot.
To work as a robot. Okay.
Because robots work on their own without anyone doing anything, I guess. I don't know. And also we have video, right? Like я видю, like I see. We have video, which is another word. I don't know why I know these. I just remember these. And another interesting one. In many languages, the word for movies, cinema, we don't really use the word cinema in English, right? But the word is interesting because in English, in Russian, it's what? Kino, isn't it? Right? When you go to see a movie, the name of films, you can say film or kino, which has the same root as cinema. But the sin, it was originally, so it comes from the same root. It's just spelled with a C instead of a K. So it has to do with the same root as this movement. So kinetic energy is the same root. Kinetic, kino, and then for English we change the K, that sound to a S. So you can kind of make these maps in your mind which help you anticipate words, or at least recognize them when they come up. I don't remember the root right now, if it's Greek or Latin. I think it's Greek for movement. I would assume it's Greek because Russian has a Greek origin. But anyway, it's just another funny one. Let's see. We got two more. Let me hear from two more of you. Then we're going to go to a little activity where you've got to analyze the situation. So let's see. Raphael, can you either pick a word or pick one that you know of that's not in the list, and tell us whether it's a cognate, false friend, or just totally different. What comes to your mind, Raphael? Hello, Raphael? Hello, hello? Uh-oh, I don't hear Raphael. Can anyone hear Raphael? No? No. Raphael, we cannot hear you.
No,
maybe
I can
you're
hear Rafael.
So Raphael, okay, maybe you're having mic problems. Why don't you see if you can rejoin the Hangout, and then we'll listen to you when you come back. While we're waiting, Ms. V, what do you think? Can you pick a word from the list or one that you know and tell us whether it's a cognate, false friend, or totally different? What comes to your mind, V?
Yes, in this list there are two words as cognates. They are camera and tennis.
Camera and tennis.
Yeah, we use both in my language.
Ah,
And
okay.
there is a false friend we call film. It is
Right.
like film in English, but it means movie, not the film you use for the camera. In English, film means something you use for your camera to take the picture, but in my language, it means movie.
Mm-hmm. No, but
Yeah.
in English too. In English too.
Oh.
I'm going to go see a film. You're not going to look at a piece of plastic.
I usually thought just a piece of plastic, not a film, because I heard anyone call movies, not film.
Mm-hmm.
So we can use that as well.
Yeah, you can use it. Like I said, the one that we don't use so often is cinema. It's more sort of British English. But I'm going to see a film. I work in film. Yeah, you can definitely say it. Of course, there is no film today. Everything's digital. So you can say film, but we don't use it anymore.
Yeah. So currently it is a false friend.
Not exactly. We still say it, right? But anyway, movies, film, cinema, they all mean basically the same thing. What else? Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to ask you about a situation here, class. Give me just a second here. Give me a second. Where is it? Ah, okay. Now, here's what I want you to do. Take a look at this situation, and I want you to think about three things. What the word sounds like that's being used in this. I'm going to show you a cartoon. What the doctor means in the cartoon, and what the young man understands in the cartoon. Let's see if we can look at an example of misunderstanding right now. And there it is. All right. Maybe we can get a reader for this as well. So, let's see. Nickel, are you out there?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you read the doctor?
Hey.
And Lena, can you read the man?
This is a doctor?
He's a doctor.
With these clothes?
He's a
military.
He's a military doctor.
Okay. Okay. Elena, age?
18.
Height?
1.70 meters.
Weight?
Weight?
Why aren't you saying anything?
I thought you asked me to wait. I thought you asked me to wait.
So weight sounds the same as
Weight.
Weight sounds the same as weight.
Weight and weight.
Weight and weight. It's exactly the same. And let's put that in the chat window for you too. Weight sounds the same as weight.
It's just the same sound.
It's the exact same sound. Weight and weight. It's 100% identical. What's your weight? Will you wait? So only the context will tell you the difference. But what did the doctor mean? Just to be clear, what did the doctor mean?
The first one.
Which is what?
The weight of your body.
How heavy you are.
Yeah.
Your weight. And what did the man understand?
That doctor asked to wait some minute maybe.
To wait.
Just a moment.
Don't say anything. Just stand there and wait. Okay, very good. I've got a few others of these, and you're going to identify whether these are cognates, false friends, or totally different. And then you're going to explain the misunderstandings. I'm going to give you a few keywords to think about. and I'm going to put them in the chat window for you. So here are the keywords. Take a look in the chat window. The first is right, like this. Next word is flu, like this. Whoops. Would help if I spelled it correctly. The next word is why, like that. And the last word is pair, like that. Okay? Those 4 keywords are going to be very important in interpreting these situations. Here we go. Let's go back to the first one. All right. So, Adela, can you read the beginning for us here? Puzzle time.
Yes, puzzle time. We use language to communicate and understand each other, but quite often we misunderstand what the other person is saying. Can you explain the misunderstanding in this situation?
Okay, tell us about the first one, Adela.
Okay. An English teacher was doing some vocabulary work with his class. He was asking questions and inviting a student to give the answer. What is the opposite of right? He asked. A student called Jenny put her hand up. Go ahead, Jenny, said the teacher. The opposite of right is read. She shouted.
She shouted.
The other student all laughed, and Jenny didn't understand why.
Right. So look at those keywords in the chat window. Right, flu, why, pair. Which of those keywords is the word in question? What did Jenny not realize she had misunderstood? What was the mistake that Jenny made, Adela?
Is same sound, right? Maybe is that the sound is same.
It's the same sound.
Yes.
Do you know what we call those? When you've got 2 words that sound the same but mean different things? Do you know the name for that?
Same sound is for friend. More or less, no.
No, we have a word for when 2 words sound exactly the same but mean different things. The word is homophone. Homophone.
Yes.
Right.
Same phone, same sound. Okay.
Same sound, exactly. So you could say, Jenny said the homophone instead of she misunderstood because right is a homophone of right. Just like wait is a homophone of wait. Wait, W-E-I-G-H-T, and wait, W-A-I-T. These are homophones. Okay, very good.
Yes.
So that's situation 1. Let's take a look at situation 2. Let me get a different reader out there. So, let's see. Raphael, how's your microphone now? Is it working?
I don't know.
Oh, very good.
Oh my gosh, thanks.
Perfect. All right, Raphael, can you read situation number 2 and see if you can explain the misunderstanding?
Yeah, okay. A young man was talking to his colleague at work. How's Anita? His colleague asked. Anita was the man's girlfriend. Oh, she's not very well, actually, said the man. She arrived back from Ireland yesterday, and she's been in bed with a temperature since then. Flu? Asked the man's colleague. Yes, she flew, replied the man. I went to the airport to meet her. His colleague looked at him very strangely.
So what was the misunderstanding? Is that a cognate? Is that a false friend? Is that a completely different word? What is it?
I think it's related to a joke made by a false friend between flu and flew.
Yeah, but the pronunciation is exactly the same.
Homophone.
Yeah. Flu.
Homophones with
flu and flu. Flu and flu.
Flu and flu.
It's exactly the same. Even though they're written differently, there's no difference in pronunciation. Flew, flew. I have the flu, she flew, right? It's exactly the same. Very good, very good. So again, these are homophones. I don't know, could we classify them in another way? I don't really think so, because they're not cognates because they're not written the same. I think to be a cognate, they need to be written exactly the same. I don't know technically what would we consider, but I would say they're homophones, just like wait and wait. But anyway, yes, the problem is flu sounds the same as flu. Okay, we got one more down there. So who's next there? Mr. Sasha, can you read number 3 for us?
Yes. I was doing a crossword and I needed help. My mom was in the room and I said to her, "Can you think of a word meaning boat with 5 letters?" "Do you know what the first letter is?" she asked. "Why?" I said. "Because it's much easier if you know the first letter, isn't it?" she replied.
So what was the problem there?
With the letter Y, it sounds like why, a question. Why?
It sounds like the question why. All right. So we've got another homophone here. I think I got one more. Yeah, last one. Semen, want to take the last one, number 4?
Yes. Maria Teresa was in greengrocers in England.
Greengrocers.
Greengrocers.
Like a little supermarket. It's a greengrocer. A little supermarket.
Greengrocers. In England, buying fruit. She asked for some bananas and the greengrocer asked which ones she wanted. There were lots of bunches.
Bunches means a group. Bunches, a group of things.
Bunches of 5 or 6 bananas, but she didn't want that many. Then she noticed there was a bunch with just 2 bananas, and said, "I take the pear, please." The greengrocer was confused. "Pardon, did you want any bananas then?" he asked.
Why was the greengrocer confused?
Pear, it means couple.
Pear means couple, and pear also means what else?
What else?
Yeah.
I don't know. Pear?
It's a green fruit that's about the same size as an apple. Hey, what a nice pear. A nice pear means a little piece of green fruit. Can you see it in the picture? There's no pears in that picture, unfortunately. I can't show it to you. I'll show you a pear. Right, so we've got, looks like a bulb. Yes, it does. So we got this.
Can you type me pear in chat box? Like fruit.
I can, but first let me show you a picture. Let's see. Pear. Fruit.
It's
Oops, sorry. I spelled it the wrong way. P-E-A-R. I spelled it the wrong way. My fault. There you go. There's a pear. Let's make it a little bit bigger.
I understand.
Got it. There you go. So you've got a pear and you've got a pear. Okay. So you've got the hang of this. Now, let's try this out ourselves. What I want you to do. I want you to... Oh, yes, just quickly. Let me jump forward here. Sometimes pronunciation can be an issue as well. So, take a look at the alphabet. Which letters rhyme with these words? So, take a look at the letters, right? Notice that the actual letters of the alphabet aren't said the same way. They're not all said the same way as the way we use them when we spell a word. So, for example, tree rhymes with B, right? So that's where some of the confusion can come from, when you're trying to spell a word, but you don't know how to say the letters of the alphabet individually. So let's go around and see if we can match them up. Which letter in that list rhymes with day?
A.
A rhymes with day, exactly. And new?
U.
U rhymes with new. Very good. And what's next on my list? Fly?
I.
I rhymes with fly. And Jeff?
F.
F. F rhymes with Jeff. And spell?
L.
L. Good.
O.
Them, number 7, them.
M.
M. M like mama. And pen?
N.
N. Good.
N.
Dress?
S.
S. Dress. Next?
Next.
Sounds like X.
X.
No sounds like
O.
O.
Good.
O.
Car?
R.
R. Not er, but R. And bed sounds like, uh-oh, this one no one's going to get. In British English,
Sounds like nothing.
bed sounds like Z.
Sad.
In British English, Z. In American English, Z. British English, Z. American English, Z. Okay? So, if you're spelling and someone says Z, they mean Z. Let's see. Let's see one more little activity. Then we're going to try something speaking with all of you. Which 7 other letters rhyme with tree? Now that you know the pattern, there are 7 letters that rhyme with tree besides the letter B. Can you name what they are? Can you name them?
C, D.
C, D. So we got B, C, D. Good.
G, maybe.
G. Good. What else?
E.
E. Good.
T.
T. Good. 2 left. 2 more.
P, P, T, P, T.
I heard 1.
V.
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 V. Good. So the letters are B, C, D, E, G, P, T, and V. Very good. There are 2 letters which rhyme with day. 2 other letters that rhyme with day. Besides A. A. 2 more.
H.
J.
Not.
J.
Wait. So J I heard, and
J.
another one. Another one was
K.
K. J. K. The other letter you said we're going to put into a different category. You'll see in just a minute. Okay, number 3. Which 2 letters rhyme with new? New. U.
Q.
Q. Okay. I'd go with that. Q. There's another one.
W.
W. Yeah. U, Q I will accept, and W. W is 2 U's. Okay. Number 4. Which other letter rhymes with fly?
I.
I and
Y.
Y. Why not? I and Y. Ypsilon. Y. Okay, good. And the last one. Which letter doesn't rhyme with any of the words in any of the words that we've seen so far?
Z. Maybe.
Maybe.
Z.
In number 7, we said that Z rhymes with bed. And in American English, it's Z, which rhymes with tree.
Maybe dress. Dress.
Dress rhymes with S. but there's one letter which you don't see on this page, one letter which you do see on this page, which doesn't really fit the same. It's not exactly the same as the others. You could argue that it's
No.
C and tree. You could argue. What? H. Yeah. They're trying to say that H is different. It doesn't rhyme with anything we've seen so far. H. We might disagree with that, though, because H is kind of like A, J, K. To me, it's about the same as A and J and K, but okay. They're trying to say because it ends with a ch, it's different. So there you go. Let's see. So let me see how much time I have here, because maybe, oh, okay, yes, maybe we should do this. Give me just a second. Let me see if I can I want you to listen to something. Audio 1D. Yeah, here we go. Okay, listen to this. Listen and complete the sentences. Here are the words you need. Everyone, say one of those words so that I know that you know how you say them. So Adela, say the first word on the left for me. The first word on the left in exercise 9.
Okay, board.
Board, correct. Jose, the second word?
The second word,
Exercise 9. New, not new, but new.
New.
Good. Lena, next one?
Guest.
Guest. Good. Mikkel, the next one below?
Peace.
That's easy. Raphael, the next one?
Through.
Okay, we can jump ahead. Through. Okay. Sasha, give us another one. We lost our order. Any word that we haven't done yet. I don't hear Sasha. Okay, V, give us another one.
Yes. Nose.
Nose. Good. Semen, one more.
Meat.
We haven't said meat. And the last one is road. R-O-D-E. Road. Okay. Listen to the sentences and tell me which word I'm talking about. Okay? Let's see if I can do this correctly. Give me a second here. Okay. The first is nose. Nose is pronounced same as nose. Which nose am I saying?
Part of body.
The part of the body. Spell it for me.
Nose.
Yeah. Spell it.
Nose.
No, spell it with the letters. Spell it.
What does it spell?
Spell means how do you write it. Spell means say the letters. Say the letters for me. N. Cement. N. Cement. Hello. Cement, come back. Turn on your microphone. Cement. Cement, turn on your microphone.
Yes.
Repeat after me.
Sorry.
Repeat after me.
N.
N. O.
O.
S. E.
E.
Nose. N-O-S-E.
Nose. Nose.
That's it. So I want you to say the word and I want you to spell it. Spell means say the letters. Okay? Here's another one. Peace is pronounced the same as peace. How do you spell the other piece, V? Like piece of cake. V, what do you think? A piece of cake.
Are you asking me or?
Yeah, spell it for me.
P-I-E-C-E.
Correct. So one piece is P-E-A-C-E, like give peace a chance, and the other one is piece of pie, P-I-E-C-E. Excellent. Okay, the next word is guest. Guest is pronounced the same as guest, but I mean the guest in your house. Who can spell the guest you have in your house?
G-U-E-S-T.
Perfect. G-U-E-S-T is correct. So that is the same as pronunciation as I guessed the answer. Same pronunciation. The next word is through. Through. This one is like I threw the ball. Who can spell that one? I threw the ball.
T-A-R-E-W.
What was the second letter? Say again. H.
R-E-W.
That's it. T-H-R-E-W. Good. Okay, the next one is road. Not the bike I rode, like you see on screen, but the road I rode the bike on. I rode my bike on the road. I drove my car on the road. How do you spell that, road?
R-O-A-D.
Is the only person who can spell V? V, are you the only speller of the group? Okay, I'm going to have to call on you. The next word is meet, as in meet a friend.
Okay.
M-E-E-T.
M-E-E-T is correct. I'm going to meet a friend and we're going to have some meat together. There you go. The next word is knew, as in I knew your name, but I forgot.
K-N-E-W.
K-N-E-W is correct. The past tense of know. The last word is board, as in I'm writing my name on the board.
B-O-R.
Come on,
Say it.
go ahead.
Go for it, Adela.
B-O-R-D-E.
B-O-R-D-E is correct. Okay, very good, very good. Well, we're pretty much out of time, I think. Let me just double check how long this will take. Maybe I've got one more for you. We're not going to get to this. This is going to take too long. All right. So, we're going to have to stop again our Fluency Fundamentals class. But you might have a second chance to play with cognates, false friends, and words that you expect to be the same that aren't. Because on Friday, I do a language class, a language games class, so I think we might just pick up these characters, not characters, oh my god, what's wrong with my brain? We might just pick up the same categories and use them in a language games class on Friday, which is at 11 GMT. So now that you got the idea about the difference, maybe you can come back on Friday and we'll play a little game where I try to trick you with a homophone, cognate, or false friend. I think that sounds like a plan. What do you think? Agree? Thumbs up? Thumbs up.
I agree.
Good plan.
Good plan.
All right. Stick around for Fluency Fundamentals, where we will cover the basics of the natural world. There will be lots of vocabulary. You'll see what I mean in just a minute. Bye for now, everyone. Hope to see you in a moment. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.